everybody, it's Jenny, and today I'm sharing a project using the July box of the month from Not Too Shabby. You can find the product link in the description box below. That'll take you to nottoshabbyshop.com. I'll also include links to products you can buy individually from this month's kit. So for my project today, I'm going to be using both of the collections from the kit, Summer Coffee and Make It Iced Please. I'm going to be using both the paper pads and the ephemera. And I'm going to be creating some coffee cup shaker embellishments. So in my stash, I have a couple coffee cup dies, but none that are necessarily iced coffee looking. So in Procreate, I drew this outline and then used it with my Cricut to cut out this shape. Because I'm making these into shakers, I went ahead and cut out the outline about 20 times from some white cardstock to match the Summer Coffee collection. I did this because my outline is on the thinner side and I thought it would be easier to glue up the layers instead of using foam tape. I also created a second file to cut out the acetate piece as well as a backing piece from the pattern paper. So I'm just going to speed this up while I glue together all my layers, about 10 pieces each, to create 2 shaker frames. And before I add the final layering piece to the top, I'm going to take off the protective film from the acetate piece and then sandwich that in between the main layers and the top piece. Okay, so here's my shaker piece with all the layers glued together and the acetate piece sandwiched in. Next, I'm going to pick a piece of pattern paper as my backing piece and decorate using the ephemera. So after I picked the pattern I want, I used my Cricut to trim out that backing piece and also brought in a straw die that I had in my stash that happened to work perfectly with this coffee cup, and I just trimmed that out of some hollow cardstock. And next I'm going to use a sentiment from one of the stamp sets in the kit that I had previously heat embossed, and I'm going to be using the Iced Coffee Obsessed, and then I just trimmed that out. I also used some crepe paper to create some trim to add to the front of the coffee cup, and I ended up going with this pink color instead of the white. And then I'm just going to layer up the words and the ephemera until I get it laid out how I like. I also brought in these stickers, but I kept going back and forth on these. I like the green one and the way the color matched the collection, but I ended up not going with that. So before I start to glue everything together, I'm going to add my shaker bits. And for the ice, I found this vase filler on clearance for $2, and I thought it would work perfectly for little ice chips in my coffee cups. So I'm just going to add a small handful into the shaker and just give it a little test, and then I'm going to glue everything together. once again, I'm still playing around with these stickers and end up just setting that aside and moving on to the next coffee cup. I'm going to make one more shaker using this collection before I move on to the Make It Iced Please. I'm picking my background piece and bringing in another sentiment from one of the stamp sets, and then I'm just going to build up the ephemera pieces and glue everything down. Next, for the Make It Iced Please collection, I did the same thing for the coffee cups, except I went with a black cardstock, and I'm going to build up the front of my embellishments with the ephemera pieces and then go ahead and glue everything down. Oh, and I also want to add that instead of the hollow foil, I ended up using gold for the straws to match better with this collection. I kept trying to make these stickers work, the butterfly and flower stickers, but in the end I just really didn't like the way they looked on most of the cups. I did end up using it on one of them, which you'll see in the end, but I decided to try and make some bows with some coordinating ribbon instead. And here are my final embellishments. I think they turned out super cute. I especially love the Make It Iced collection. I just love the bright pops of yellow. And I think these would be super sweet on the front of a card or added to a coffee themed scrapbook page, pretty much anything. coffee is good anywhere. But for this one here, I did add 2 of the butterfly stickers, and I ended up taking off the sentiment just because I thought the layout looked a little better. And then here's the first one. I can definitely relate with the sentiment. But those are my 4 coffee embellishments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!